Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Wednesday, March 23, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Atlanta Hawks vs Detroit Pistons. The Atlanta Hawks and Detroit Pistons meet Wednesday in NBA action at the Little Caesars Arena. The Atlanta Hawks look for a win after winning 5 of their last 7 games. The Detroit Pistons need a win after losing 6 of their last 7 games. Our first pick is Pistons plus 5.5 points. And here is why. The Atlanta Hawks are averaging 112.9 points on 46.7% shooting and allowing 112.1 points on 47% shooting. Trae Young is averaging 27.9 points and 3.9 rebounds, while John Collins is averaging 16.2 points and 1.8 assists. Bogdan Bogdanovic is the third double-digit scorer, and DeAndre Hunter is grabbing 3.2 rebounds. The Atlanta Hawks are shooting 37% from beyond the arc and 81.1% from the free throw line. The Atlanta Hawks are allowing 36.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.9 rebounds per game. The Atlanta Hawks are in Detroit tonight as they try to secure the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference, with just 10 games remaining in the regular season. The Hawks are coming off a 117-111 win over the Knicks at MSG last night and have a 5.5 game lead over the Wizards for the 10th seed in the East. Detroit has been eliminated from the playoffs and has the second worst record in the league. That hasn't stopped them from covering more than 54% of the time this season. The Hawks seem to be allergic to getting back over .500. They were last above it on December 6 when they were 13-12. They have had 3 other chances since to get back on the winning side and have failed. This would seem like the perfect opportunity against a bad team. But Atlanta is on a back-to-back on the road and Trae Young is coming off a 45-point night, so should see some offensive regression. The Hawks are still without John Collins, and that changes their offense dramatically unless Trae goes off like he did last night. Atlanta is just 4-9 at TS on back-to-backs, so take Detroit and the points. And our second pick is under 226. And here is why. Despite having one of the highest scoring offenses in the league, Atlanta is just 38-34 to the over on the season. Part of that is their poor road record overall, as they are just 17-18 to the over in away games this year. Strangely, the Pistons have one of the worst offenses in the league and yet are 37-34 to the over this season. However, Detroit has been seeing considerably lower totals than Atlanta on the year. The teams have split the totals in their previous meetings, with the Hawks' home game going over 212 at the beginning of the season and the Pistons keeping it under a 229 total in their home win. This may feel like a correlating bet situation again. Hawks and the over, Pistons and the under. Even though Atlanta is 8-5 to the over this season on no rest, with no John Collins, I still don't trust the Hawks offense unless Trae Young scores near 40, as he did last night. Have a small play on the under. Sacramento Kings vs Indiana Pacers. The Sacramento Kings and Indiana Pacers meet Wednesday in NBA action at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Sacramento Kings need a win after losing 7 of their last 8 games. The Indiana Pacers look for a win after splitting their last 6 games. Our first pick is Pacers -4, and here is why. The Sacramento Kings are averaging 110.3 points on 45.9% shooting and allowing 115.7 points on 48.1% shooting. De'Aaron Fox is averaging 23.2 points and 3.9 rebounds, while Domantas Sabonis is averaging 18.9 points and 12.4 rebounds. Harrison Barnes is the third double-digit scorer and Richaun Holmes is grabbing 7 rebounds. The Sacramento Kings are shooting 34.4% from beyond the arc and 76.7% from the free throw line. The Sacramento Kings are allowing 36.7% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.2 rebounds per game. These teams made a blockbuster deal at the trade deadline, and while neither is winning a lot of games right now, Indiana has at least shown some fight, while Sacramento is getting blown out far too often. Losing Sabonis's nightly double-double production is a massive blow, and the Kings can't be trusted even further, with Fox listed as questionable, as this Sacramento defense is not nearly good enough to make up for the missing offense. Indiana's offense is only 16th in rating, but that makes it the best unit on the floor by far here, as the Pacers shoot it well from two-point range and are one of the best defensive rebounding teams in the NBA. That's bad news for a soft Sacramento interior defense that is 28th in effective field goal percentage allowed, and its bottom 10 ranking in rebounding only gets worse with Sabonis not on the floor. Sacramento is clearly missing the two-way play of Haliburton with his 3-12 skid since the trade, and he has added a new level of playmaking to the Indiana offense that will make the difference in this one. Indiana has shown it is at least ahead of the very worst teams in the NBA in its past 2 wins, and Sacramento is missing too much scoring to keep up on the road. And our second pick is over 231.5 points. And here is why. The Indiana Pacers are averaging 110.7 points on 46.1% shooting and allowing 113.4 points on 47.4% shooting. Malcolm Brogdon is averaging 19.1 points and 5.9 assists, while Buddy Hield is averaging 19 points and 5.5 rebounds. Tyrese Haliburton is the third double-digit scorer, and Chris Duarte is grabbing 4.1 rebounds. The Indiana Pacers are shooting 34% from beyond the arc and 76.1% from the free throw line. The Indiana Pacers are allowing 36.3% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.9 rebounds per game. New York Knicks vs Charlotte Hornets. The New York Knicks and Charlotte Hornets meet Wednesday in NBA action at the Spectrum Center. The New York Knicks look for a win after splitting their last 8 games. The Charlotte Hornets look to build on their 5-game winning streak. Our first pick is Hornets -7. And here is why. The New York Knicks are averaging 106 points on 43.5% shooting and allowing 106.8 points on 44.5% shooting. Julius Randle is averaging 20.3 points and 10 rebounds, while R.J. Barrett is averaging 19.6 points and 2.9 assists. Evan Fournier is the third double-digit scorer and Derrick Rose is grabbing 3 rebounds. The New York Knicks are shooting 35.5% from beyond the arc and 74.9% from the free throw line. The New York Knicks are allowing 34.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 46.4 rebounds per game. The Charlotte Hornets have won 5 straight games as they welcome the fading New York Knicks to town. The Hornets' offense remains hot, just a few tenths of a point behind Milwaukee and Minnesota as the highest scoring offense in the league. They are averaging more than 119 points per game over their last 10. New York is coming off a loss at home to the Atlanta Hawks last night and is inching towards postseason elimination. The Knicks are 6 games out of the final playoff spot with just 10 games remaining. The Hornets get to take advantage of a Knicks team that will have tired legs and has struggled against Eastern Conference opponents, going 15-27 straight up and marginally better at 17-25 against the spread. New York scored 111 last night against a bad Hawks defense. Even though Charlotte's defense is statistically worse, New York doesn't have the offense to keep up with Charlotte. It's big number, but I'll swallow it as Charlotte is 25-18-1 at TS against the East. And our second pick is over 226. And here is why. The Charlotte Hornets are averaging 115.1 points on 46.2% shooting and allowing 114.7 points on 46.3% shooting. Miles Bridges is averaging 20 points and 3.8 assists, while LaMelo Ball is averaging 19.7 points and 6.8 rebounds. Terry Rozier is the third double-digit scorer and Gordon Hayward is dishing 3.6 assists. The Charlotte Hornets are shooting 36.3% from beyond the arc and 73.8% from the free throw line. The Charlotte Hornets are allowing 35.7% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45 rebounds per game. The Knicks faced the same total last night against the Hawks, and it went over. I expected the Knicks defense to be a little better at home, but they allowed Trae Young to go off for 45 points. Charlotte is just 5-5 to the over in the last 10 games, but the Hornets have seen totals sitting about 10 points higher than this. The Knicks have been a statistically solid defensive team, but with a back-to-back from home to the road is a spot to fade them against a very high-scoring team such as Charlotte. New York has also been averaging 112 points per game over its last 10 games. Unless the Knicks offense fails to break 100, I expect a result similar to the outcome last night for New York. Take the over. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.